Today, I want to share with you an experiment that I'm doing with the Canon EosM and the Magic Lantern. If you are following me on this YouTube channel, you know already that I am always in search for low-budget solutions for cinematic filmmaking. And firstly, I have presented you the most budget-friendly camera that will allow you to enter in the cinematic world. It's the Canon EosM, and paired with the Magic Lantern, a software that allows the Canon EosM to record raw footages. Raw video, that means a lot of possibilities, a lot of options in post-production. It gives you the possibility to play with colors, meaning that color grading. It allows you to play with dimensions. So it gives you really the necessary tool to enter in the cinematic field. And the Canon EosM, because it's an old camera, it's really affordable. It's the most affordable camera that allows you to record in entry level. Because with raw footages starting from 2.5K to 5.2K in 14 bits raw, it really gives you the necessary entry image tool into the filmmaking scene. Now, the only problem that I saw with the Canon EosM, it's of course beside the software, the Magic Lantern software, that is not that reliable. So it sometimes for me in live situation can just give some errors. So it's not 100% reliable in quick situations. So sometimes you have to repeat scenes, you have to record multiple times to be sure that you have a good base. So this is why it's not that reliable. But the other problem for me until now, and it still is, the low light capabilities. For me, the Canon EosM, as I understood, is that at 100 ISO natively, it gives you really a good image, a good quality raw footage. But beyond that, the footage by itself was noisy. And I didn't like the third solutions, the third-party solutions, meaning that I didn't want it to use softwares that you have to buy, because we are speaking about low budget. Like, for example, not even DaVinci Resolve. I'm addressing to you, filmmaker or an upcoming filmmaker who has almost zero budget, or all the budget that you have, you invest in camera and lens, and then maybe for some lights, but software-wise, I'm thinking that you are using, as I am using, free software. For example, I'm using the free version of DaVinci Resolve. In the free version of DaVinci Resolve, I do not have a denoiser. Denoiser, for that, you have to buy the software, you have to have the DaVinci Resolve Studio. And that is, how much? Is like $360, which for me, for a low budget, is really a big budget. Then there are third-party options for denoising. For example, you have Topaz AI, but you have to or enter in the subscription mode or buy it. And you have another software that I'm knowing is that video is the same thing. It will help you to denoise footages if they are noisy. So I never presented you these kind of options because they are all payable. And if it's payable, as I told you, we are talking here low budget. So it doesn't entering in our budget this situation. But lately on the Magic Lantern developers forums, I saw other fellows who are using the Magic Lantern, and I saw that when the recorded raw footages, which are in MLV format, and when they were, opening in the MLV app and then changing the format of the raw footages, which are in dot at the end, .mlv. So they were changing it in ProRes or CDNG or whatever format you want. I saw that if they were recording something in low light situations, they have applied something that is called DarkFrame Substraction. And so I got really interested because until now, what I did is always recorded. I try to record all my footages at 100 ISO, and I thought to myself that's the cleanest, that's the less noisiest footage, and it's good to go. But I saw that others are recording footages at a high level of ISO, 800, and even 1600 ISO, and then they start to apply this DarkFrame subtraction, but they apply, of course, denoising also. So I thought to myself, this DarkFrame subtraction, it's in the MLV app. The MLV app, it's a free application which allowed us to change the format of the raw footages. So DarkFrame subtraction, it's available in the MLV app, and we can do it in the moment when we are transforming the files from MLV raw to whatever we wish to do it. So in this weekend, I went out and I took with me the Canon EosM and this zoom lens, the Fujinon TV zoom lens, which has a maximum f-stop of 2.5. Now, obviously, 2.5 and in dark, low light situation, inside in a venue, it's just not enough to remain at 100 ISO. I could remain in 100 ISO, but then everything was way too dark. So I had to change the ISO. So I went to 800, and 800, it seems to me enough. So my footages were looking like what I wanted to, or how I wanted to record it. But then when I came back and opened it in the MLV app, before that, when I opened it in the MLV app, I applied this DarkFrame subtraction. Now, DarkFrame subtraction, if you want, please write me in the comment section below. I can explain it to you and show you easily. It's not that complicated. In fact, the idea is that when you are recording with this one, with the Fujinon TV zoom lens, I have recorded my footages in the crop mode, 1:1, preset, 2.5K, 14 bits RAW in the aspect ratio of 2:35 and at 800 ISO. So what I did, I recorded another sequence of clip with all these other clips at the same level, 800 ISO, but with the caps closed. and meaning that it was completely darkness. This footage, just a few seconds, as I understood. Generally, they recommend 5 seconds. Maybe mine it was more than 5 seconds, but that's meaningless. So I recorded, and then this black MLV raw video file, you have to open it in the MLV app and then save it in .mlv format. It's another format that you have to save it on your computer. And when you are opening the footages, what you have shot normally, and you are opening it in the MLV app, you have in top bottom, you have the option DarkFrame Substraction. And there you can upload or search the sequence that you have, saved with that black video sequence, and then it will upload in the MLV app, or it will make the contact between MLV app and that footage. But the idea is that it will proceed for DarkFrame Substraction, and apparently this really helps out the footage that is noisy, that was recorded in highest ISO, and so basically it's noisy. And I looked up a little bit. You can do the same thing in Wikipedia and wherever, in search a little bit on Google, and you will understand what DarkFrame Substraction is. Obviously, it was used before mainly in a photography, for photographs who were doing photos, recording photos with low exposure photos. So it's coming from there, but apparently it's a really nice feature that I haven't used it until now. So now I will invite you to see the footage that I have recorded, the clips, with 800 ISO at the crop mode 1:1, 2.5K, 14 bits raw. And for me, indeed, it does gives a cleaner image, even though I am at 800 ISO. So this new finding is just awesome, and I just really wanted to share with you. Now, if you are already using this DarkFrame Substraction in the MLV app with your footages, please comment in the comment section below and tell me in which situation are you using. Are you using it all the time, or just from time to time? I mean, I really find it useful. Now, I don't know, but probably it is helping even in daylight if we are, using this DarkFrame Substraction. Or maybe, I mean, I'm just thinking it is helpful in shadows kind of situation, this DarkFrame Substraction. But I definitely, now I have to get a little bit even more in this technical environment. Generally, until today, I was speaking to you about lenses, and lenses are important because after you have the Canon EosM, the other tool that is helping you or make it easier or more artistical, your filmmaking path, are really the lenses. Lenses are really changing a lot. Like, for instance, I am using my custom modified Panasonic Parfocal 12mm focal length at maximum f-stop 0.80. And it was a C-mount based CCTV lens that I modified in order to be able to use it with the Canon EosM, and I really love this lens. So now I invite you, let's watch together the footages that I have taken with the Fujinon TV zoom lens at maximum aperture 2.5 and with the crop mode 1:1, 2.5K and 14 bits RAW.